The first time I saw her, I was brushing my teeth, and she was already there. She stood behind me in the mirror, her head tilted, and her smile was just too wide for any human face. I spun around, screaming, and found only my empty bathroom breathing back at me. I live alone, in a narrow apartment at the edge of the city. The walls are thin, and the pipes groan like tired animals in the middle of the night. I'd always felt watched there, but I blamed it on the sounds and the long hours I worked. That night, I locked the bathroom door and slept with all the lights on. I told myself it was just stress. I told myself mirrors only reflect light. The next night, she returned. I stood at the sink, deliberately avoiding the mirror, but I could feel her presence like cold fingers pressing right into my spine. The air smelled of damp stone and old, wilting flowers. When I finally lifted my eyes, she was closer. Her face was pale and smooth, like wax that's been left in the sun. Her eyes were just dark holes that seemed to swallow the light. She raised one hand and pressed it flat against the glass from the other side. I backed away until my shoulders hit the door. My heart was hammering so loud, I was sure the neighbors could hear it. I spun around, again and again. Each time, the bathroom was empty. Each time, the mirror showed her standing inches behind me. She didn't blink. She didn't move unless I did. When I fled the room, the mirror caught my reflection running, with her gliding silently right behind me. I stopped using mirrors, covered the bathroom glass with a towel, and avoided my phone screen at night. I started washing my face with my eyes closed. Still, I felt her. At night, the room would grow cold, and that smell would follow me. I dreamed of standing in long halls lined with mirrors. In every single reflection, she was waiting, closer than before. Days passed, and the fear sank deep into my bones. Stop sleeping. My thoughts grew jagged and sharp. I heard faint tapping sounds, like nails on glass. Sometimes, I'd hear breathing that matched my own, but it came from behind me. I tried to leave the apartment, but the door felt heavy and wrong, as if it led somewhere else entirely. When I did manage to step outside, the city looked flat and distant, like a painted backdrop, and every window reflected a woman standing right behind me. I searched for answers, I read old books and forgotten forums online. One story matched mine. It spoke of a watcher bound to reflections. It said the watcher couldn't cross over unless it was invited. It fed on attention and fear. It waited for the moment when its victim could no longer look away. That night, I decided to face her. I removed the towel from the bathroom mirror. My hands were shaking, but my mind felt clear for the first time in days. The light flickered overhead. Tired, I stood before the glass and looked straight ahead. She was there as always, but now her smile stretched even further. Her mouth opened and the smell poured out thick, sweet, and rotten. I spoke aloud, even though my voice cracked. I told her she wasn't real. I told her she had no power over me. The words felt thin in the air. She leaned forward, her face pressing against the glass. The surface rippled like water. Her eyes locked onto mine, and I felt something pull at my thoughts. Memories surfaced that were not my own. A room with no doors, a body trapped behind a surface it could never break. Her hand pushed through the mirror. The glass didn't shatter. It opened up like skin. Her fingers were long and jointed all wrong. They brushed my shoulder, and the cold burned. I screamed and stumbled back. The mirror bulged outward. Her head followed. Her voice slid into my ears without a sound. It told me she had waited a long time. It told me that every reflection is a door. I grabbed the sink and hurled it with all my might at the mirror. The impact cracked the glass into a spiderweb of lines. She screamed then, not in pain, but in hunger. The bathroom lights burst, and darkness swallowed us both. I ran from the apartment, with her laughter echoing behind me. I didn't stop until dawn, stayed with friends, and avoided every reflective surface. For weeks, I felt safe. The world slowly regained its depth. I believed I had escaped. This morning, I woke up in a strange room. The walls are smooth and cold. There are no doors, no windows, only a mirror that stretches from the floor to the ceiling. I stood before it, shaking. On the other side is my apartment bathroom. I see my body standing there, staring back at me with wide, terrified eyes. And behind my reflection, a woman is smiling. She steps closer and raises her hand to the glass. I raise mine to meet it. The surface ripples. If you enjoyed this story, be sure to like and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.